So this is a huge game for Michigan athletics. We have Michigan hockey playing their last regular season game on the road at Minnesota, which is another great team. Michigan is on the edge, the bubble, in the pairwise rankings for Michigan hockey, which determines basically who gets into the NCAA tournament. We have the Big Ten tournament coming up, and that has already been decided. For Michigan, we will be playing Notre Dame, who we swept last weekend. As Minnesota scores a goal. It is 5-5 here with 1:38 left. Of course, every Minnesota hockey video I do here with a live ending goes to overtime. Or maybe Michigan can score. What a game. What an epic game this has been. Like I said, Michigan is guaranteed 4th place in the Big Ten out of 7 teams right now, right ahead of Notre Dame, who they will be playing. Middlestat there with his 2nd goal here of the series. Michigan leads in shots by 1, but this game is tied, and Michigan had a great lead in shots in the first quarter. They led the game 20. They had how many shots? 18 to where are we at? 16-5. 16 shots and 3 goals to nothing. Don't let another one slip away. We need this one here. My lucky Maze sweater on. All right, we're going back and forth. Under a minute here. Michigan has it on their own end. Gordy slung it towards the net, but Michigan still has it on their own end. Back and forth we go in this game. 37 seconds left. One of the first turnovers of the game. Michigan has done great in that, and some of the penalties have been awful for Michigan, so they weren't needed and gave Minnesota an advantage, although there was a 5-minute major that wasn't needed. Stoppa did not need to cross-check that guy. But Michigan got out of that with no goals. It seemed like they controlled the game. There's flashes of this team being really great, and this one is needed. Coming off 2 Big Ten tournament championships and 2 Frozen Fours in a row. This team needs this win to be able to go into the Big Ten with momentum, with hope, with confidence. That is what they need. And so we're looking at a hit on McGroarty here. Kind of the same thing that we did. I was just talking about. And Stoppa with the cross-check into the boards. That's the same thing. Are they going to call a 5-minute on them? We'll see. With 16 seconds left in the game. Okay, there's a 2-minute penalty. So if this game goes into overtime, which it probably will, then Michigan will have a 1:44 seconds of power play to start the overtime, is what I am assuming. Just score right here, though. Oh, he's spinning around it. He Couldn't see it. Oh, almost. Yeah, there it is, overtime. Michigan has looked like they need this win. They maybe have rested on their laurels since that first quarter. The second quarter was just awful. Let's just start off. I'll tell you what happened here. Michigan had to split the series with Minnesota to stay viable as a playoff team. These are my notes here. They were sitting at number 16 and lost to number 8 Minnesota last night, 6-2. A win tonight at Minnesota would go a long way into the Big Ten tournament next weekend. Versus a Notre Dame team, Michigan swept last weekend in the quarterfinal. Michigan had too many turnovers and penalties last night to beat Minnesota, who is another arguably annually great program in the Big Ten, especially recently. They honored their 1974 national championship team tonight at home there in the end of the season, so that is something too. Michigan State actually won the regular season crown in the Big Ten. They won something, actually, so good job. In the first period, Noah West started at goalie for Michigan and seemed way more poised to start this game. 4-1 shots in the first 8 minutes Michigan had, until Michigan got a power play and they scored seconds in. Seamus Casey scored to make it 1-0 Michigan. Then seconds later, Shifsky made a bad decision, like I said, for Michigan, and Minnesota had a power play. Snoogerud for Minnesota had a great shot, but it was blocked by West with 7 minutes left. And it was back and forth until the TV timeout with 4 minutes left. Just epic skating back and forth for a long period of time without any whistle in that period, in the first period. Then with 3:40 left, McGroarty found Brindley for a one-timer goal, made it 2-0 Michigan. It was like, okay, here we go. But seconds later, with 3:09 left, Estapa got a rebound goal to make it 3-0 Michigan. And how do you lose? How do you lose this game? Keep attacking, keep rolling. Seemed like they gave up the shots during this whole game as we enter overtime live. Tightened from the first quarter to the second quarter to the third quarter, and now Michigan only leads by 1 shot. This game is tied going into overtime, but Michigan does have that power play. First goal wins. McGroarty off the pad of Aries. A guy who Minnesota took out after Close gave up them first 3 goals. 4. Seamus Casey got the puck. Minute left on the power play. Another shot there. Come on, Michigan, let's go. They're passing it around the perimeter. They got to get that shot. Oh, the one-timer. Still 40 seconds left in this game. Michigan needs it badly to impress the committee, I guess. Oh. Here we go. Come on. There it is! There it is! Woo! The game-winning goal that Michigan needed in this epic end of the regular season game. Minnesota's stunned. They're stunned. They are a great team. But Michigan is pretty darn good, too, and went in